Okay, good morning. Earlier this morning, I posted a guide how to use the ZUP indicator, how to install it and download it. And so what I thought I'd do is show you the end product and what you could get. And now what's really cool is that the MetaTrader 5 version is completely free. So I recommend that you download it and you use it. It's really, really good, especially since it's free. The MetaTrader 4 version has a cost. It's $30, and you can use it for 5 licenses, so you can install it on 5 different computers. So what you could do with the ZUP indicator, there's a wealth of technical analysis you can do. I've streamlined it a little bit. I'm just using the pitchforks, as you can see, that big thing there, that blue pitchfork, and I'm using harmonics, and I've included the shift pitchfork. So perhaps you don't know what the shift pitchfork is, so I'll explain to you what it is now. So what it does, it tracks the anchor point of that is the halfway point between that high and that low. So where that is in proximity to the high and the low, there's a halfway point, and we can think of that as a 50%. Okay, so obviously logically. Now what happens here, it gives you a value, a 50% support or resistance. So we can see it 108.25. Now by doing so, we know that's 50%, right? Well, what's about this fib? So it gives you like a dynamic, right? So there's a 61.8 there. See how it hit that? Which is like quite spooky. But it's not really, because I think the trading desks, they'll use something like this, harmonics and pitchforks, because you'll see how accurate the price hits and how it respects the pitchfork. So there's 61.8, and that equates to 109.17. So as you saw it earlier, perhaps you might want to scroll up, but I put an arrow here, so that's your resistance today. And now this is your 38.2. You see, 107.33. This obviously a strong resistance, because that would be your 100%. And now this line here would be your 0%, so that would be a good support. So that's what the shift pitchfork is. It's calculated on the halfway point between those two values. And this is the daily chart. And so we've got a bullish ABCD, an ascending pitchfork, but a slightly descending shift pitchfork. You see how it's slightly descending? So if we were to break this, 109.17, up to 110.01, down, then up, because we'd see that as a support. It'd be a turncoat resistance support, because previously it was resistance, and then it could be a bounce, and then we could potentially come up here. Now, obviously what you'd want to do before you leap in, you'd want to check the sentiment to see how the retail net long and their exposure to this particular instrument. If they're really long, you wouldn't particularly want to join them, etc. So by subscribing to the spreadsheet, you'd see how the retail are positioned, and then you could adjust accordingly. But it looks good for a long, technically. So I show you the bullish ABCD. So there it is, A, B, C, D. Now, ZUP is very clever, because not only does it give you those levels, but it calculates an extreme support, and that's just called the red zone. And this is invaluable. It's really powerful. So on a daily basis, that is your absolute limit. That's your test, is 103.532. Right. So if this breaks, it's going to be some kind of catastrophic event if that breaks. If it does, then it's fully bearish. So that's something to bear in mind. It calculates your red zone, which is really, really quite cool. You wouldn't have visibility of that by eye at all, and it also does these levels for you too. So you could just put in an order there to buy, or an order there to sell, or whatever. You can use these levels as you see fit, but this will change on a daily basis. So tomorrow's level will be slightly there'll be an upward revision here, because this equates to this daily candle, all these levels. You see how, and also they've colored it as supports and resistance too. So that's just it really on the ZUP. It's so good. Perhaps one day I'll make a video going through all the options, but there is so many, it can be quite daunting. So I just want to keep it nice and simple, but you can see how powerful it is. And seeing as it's free, I totally recommend that you download it. And if you've got some spare time today, then it's worth having a look. And I've got a template which I'll share in the comments section. In fact, I might not do it in the comments section. I'll put it on the Telegram because it's going to my OneDrive. And if I put it on YouTube, it might get hammered a little bit. So I'll give you the link for this, and I'll give you my template, and that's it. So yeah, enjoy, and it's really, really good. So, but if you've got any issues at all, just let me know. And yeah, and I welcome you to my spreadsheet. You'd find it really useful with the technical analysis. If you combine the sentiment and the technical, it's really, really good. And yeah, have a good day.